It's 1:30. I will now call the meeting to order. We have a quorum. Everybody is here. The minutes from March, any changes as submitted? You all got a copy and read them? No changes? Minutes are approved as submitted then. Barry, guess what? You're up.
All right. March 24 versus March 23. League bowling, we were down $7,180, and that primarily was due to in 2023, we had a couple of leagues pay for weeks in advance, so that kind of threw that off a little bit. Open bowling was up $3,540. Miscellaneous revenue up $807, and total bowling revenue was down $2,833. Food and beverage was up $2,382, and miscellaneous non-bowling revenue was down $6,421. Grand total, we were down $6,872. Lineage, we were up 29 lines. And then for the Lizard Acres Pub, we were up $3,801. So that is it for March. Any questions? Nope. Thank you.
Thank you. 4.2 says Lizard, whoops, I'm sorry, 3.2. Don't get myself ahead there.
Thank you, Director Hammond. Before the meeting, Terry asked me to make this the longest meeting that they've ever had in Sports Pavilion. So we're going to set a record today, and we're going to start with some financial analysis. No, just going to give an update for February here. And we kind of teased this at the last Sports Pavilion committee meeting, but we were able to make up all the lost ground on revenue in the month of February, year to date. So that was great news. So you'll see on here that our February year to date bowling revenue is $1,000 favorable compared to the budget because of that great month that we had. Ancillaries down. That's mainly due to the closure of the restaurant, so we're not receiving any rental income right now. We anticipate that to start up once Pete's Cafe starts up, and we'll give a little update on that here coming up. But overall, $6,000 unfavorable to budget on $731,000 budgeted revenue. Looking at the expense structure, we're $35,000 favorable. Most of the savings is in wages and benefits. Again, with the closure, didn't have the extended wages and benefits there. And we were also down a position for a little bit this year, which is driving that favorability in the wages and benefits. But $35,000 overall favorable on the expense line item. So overall, $29,000 favorable to budget. We're on pace to, if we hit that number, we'll pass the $100,000 mark for the year in terms of operating cash inflow, which is great, which is showing that bowling and the Lizard Acres and that whole facility is operating as positively to the community, which allows for a reduction in overall member dues because it turns a coin, which is good. Taking a look at prior year, actual to prior year, with $29,000 favorable, budgeted bowling increases. You'll see the unfavorability in ancillary. Again, that's the rental income impacting there. And then on the expense side, right on par with last year. We had some purchases of bowling pins last year that we didn't have this year. So that's causing the favorability on the expense side. And then the the budgeted wages and benefits those were in the budget, but those are unfavorable compared to prior year, of course, with the minimum wage increase and the increases that we implemented in the budget. Overall, 27,000 favorable compared to last year at 90,000 inflow compared to 63,000 through February. Looking at how our bowling revenue has changed compared to prior year, you'll see leagues are up 10%. Some of the kind of outside stuff is down, which we anticipated. We had some operational changes into what Barry did to make more lanes available to our community. But overall, revenue is up, of course, 5.2%. About 6,400 lines behind last year, but with the bowling rate increase at a 9% increase, that's driving the revenue increase. And that concludes my year-to-date financial presentation.
Any questions? Any questions from any questions from the audience? Thanks, Cliff.
I'm going to stay up here for the next couple of things.
Yeah, I know. I know. Are you going to do 4.1 or Barry?
I'm up here. I'll do it. Last bowling Sports Pavilion Committee meeting, we presented the budget. Within the budget presentation was the bowling rate sheet that was proposed, and we built the budget off of. It was pointed out on Barry's rate sheet that he was presenting in that meeting. It did not list the open play discount for league bowlers. So we wanted to add that to Barry's sheet. I want to stress that this isn't a change in the budget because we had already budgeted it. It just wasn't listed on Barry's rate sheet. So we added that to Barry added that to his sheet so that because that was a request from Mr. Kleckner, I believe. And so that has been added.
So any questions on this? None? Any questions from the audience on this? All right. Would you like to read that?
The Sports Pavilion Bowling Committee recommends that the governing board approve the final revised proposed Sports Pavilion bowling rates for the 2024-25 budget is applicable.
Is there a second to that? This is basically just saying that this committee is recommending these rates and we take it to the regular board for their approval. So any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote, starting with Gary.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes. And yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Lizard Acres is on the agenda. Carl's not here, but there's no changes. It's really submitted. It'll go to the regular board for approval. No matter what you read in the paper. 4.3. Would you like to give us a little update on
yes.
that?
Okay, so Pete's Cafe, we're well underway in the cafe. We're doing some painting and has taken place. Some new fans were purchased by the vendor, and we're helping to install those. And the vendor is also doing some reupholstering of the booths in there. So we got some things in there to kind of gussy the place up and make it more enjoyable for the members, mostly paid for, in terms of hard costs, all paid for by the vendor. We are assisting in certain areas. All the hard costs are going to him. And he's anticipating, we're hoping for May 1st as an open date, to have it open. But he's still working on the permitting and everything he needs to get done with the county before he can get that green light to get that certificate of occupancy. In the meantime, I don't know if you noticed, we did strike a deal with him to bring his truck to allow the community to come out and try his food before he does open. He's here today, tomorrow, and Friday from 10 to 4. I believe he's parked on the other entrance of the Sports Pavilion. So if you want to come out and try the empanadas, definitely recommend those. They're very good.
Thank you. Opening May 1st, man, right in the middle of summer.
Yeah. He has his own following, so he feels like he'll be fine during that period. And with his pricing and the food he's offering, I know that I'll be visiting his establishment as an employee. I think we'll have some more employee participation there as well.
Okay. I hope everybody else tries it too.
Yeah,
Give him one shot anyway, will you?
absolutely.
Any questions on this? Any questions from the audience? We don't see anything online, so. The restaurant survey that we did is now out on Sun City West site, so you can go out there and look at it yourself. We do not have a published, I don't have any records of it here, but you can go out on the Sun City West web and look at it, okay? Carl, Cliff, you want to stay there for a minute? On the survey?
Yeah, I was going to make a comment on the survey. There was a menu that was floating around out on the internet of, it was a sample menu that Pete had put out, and it didn't include a number of the things that we had talked about on the survey. I just wanted to point out that as a result of the survey, a number of the items that we had been asking for, like hot dogs and pizzas and nachos and other things, are now on the menu, and I think that's a positive.
So do I. Thanks. Any other comments? Any comments from the audience? Okay.
Our way. Lisa Vines, 123774. I just would like to say on that subject, I'm with Terry on this. I hope everybody goes out and gives Pete's Cafe a chance, please. I think you will really be happy with what he's done with his menu. And this is going to be really a big bonus to our community. So please go out and give him an opportunity. And if you get a chance, go out and try his food truck that he's got out there for the next Thursday and Friday, right? Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate the comments. There is one very important thing that's happening in the bowling alley, and I'm not sure if everybody is aware of it, but we have an individual that has retired on us. Can you believe that? In this community, wanting to retire, Barry Harstein has been our 12 years? 10? 15? 13. Jeez, I was president when he was hired. Jeez, I should remember that, right? But he's done an excellent job for us during some tough tough times. And we just really want to say thank you. Thank you for all your work. And I hope you truly enjoy your retirement now. You want to say anything? You want to say anything?
Probably not, but it's been a great tenure. I never dreamed I'd be here 13 years, but you know, we did a lot of good things, I think. My staff has been unbelievable. I owe it all to them. Probably the best staff I ever had. And we worked hard, but we had good results. So, but it's been fun. You know, I always want to try to get as much fun into work as you possibly can, especially being in the business of fun, you know. So it's been great. It's just time for me to leave. Everybody knows I had a kidney transplant and some other things, and I'm 75, so I thought, well, that's good enough. So now I can sit home and watch TV all day with my dogs. So, but thank you. I appreciate everything that everybody's done for me. Thank you.
Now you can sit down. I thought maybe you wanted to say something to him too, the staff.
I will say, I will miss going down to his office. He always has a giant jar of chocolate. And we're both Pennsylvania guys. I'm from Hershey. He's from Pittsburgh. So I'm going to miss going down there and grabbing that chocolate. And he has done some great things. One of the busiest bowling alleys in the state, or if not the busiest. He's done some great things. Thank you, Barry.
Let's let our president speak. Go ahead.
Lisa Vines, 123774. Barry, I want to say thank you. It has been my pleasure to serve the last 3 years on the governing board with you as director and chair of the Sports Pavilion Committee. You have made my job so much easier, and I too have really relished our conversations we've had in your office, and I too am a lover of chocolate. Cliff, you're welcome to come to my office till June 30th. I have a stash of chocolate in my office. As Karen knows, I am a chocoholic. So, but you made my job so much easier, and you certainly made the committee work so much easier for me. So thank you. I wish you well in your retirement, and please enjoy life. Thank you.
Where are we with the replacement? Or can we possibly find a replacement for Barry? I don't think so.
We recently posted the position on. It went live Friday evening. So we're doing our best to fill those giant shoes that are going to be left. And as Barry said, he's got a great team up there with Greg and the rest of the team, and they'll be able to hold it down. And we're going to try and find the best person that we can.
Anybody else? Any comments? Closing comments? Anybody? Any closing comments from the audience? Any closing comments over here? None? Hearing no more comments, we didn't beat your record of 5 minutes. But I do adjourn the meeting.